Sweetheart, you know, I'm going to be on my way to Norwich by the time you get out of school this afternoon. I just wanted to tell you that I feel absolutely confident about leaving you here. I know everything's going to be just fine.
Of course it will. You have nothing to worry about.
By the way, since we had that talk at your grandparents' the other night, I decided to dispense with all these new dating rules for your Christmas vacation. I mean, you can go to all of the Christmas parties you want and have lots of fun.
Thanks.
Is that all you got to say?
What else did you want me to say?
Well, I don't know. I thought you'd be really excited.
Well, I doubt if it makes much difference now. I mean, Christmas vacation still is a couple of weeks away. And all the kids I was beginning to make friends with are already starting to lose interest.
Oh, honey, I can't believe that. My goodness. Lois called here, what, yesterday?
Yeah, and Lois studies every night with Betty Lou now.
What about Jamie? He was giving you the rush, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, I still see him. I have lunch with him at school. But it's not the same thing as dating him.
You know what I think you should do? I just think you should give a great big Christmas party, invite all of your friends. You can have dancing. I'll make a big buffet for you, something very special and festive. And even though I want to be here, I don't have to be hanging around. I'll just go up to my bedroom and wrap Christmas presents.
You'd really do that?
You bet I would. You and your friends can have the entire downstairs to yourselves, and you won't even know I'm here.
Maybe.
I tell you what, we will make it so special that your friends will see that they don't have to have beer and wine just to have fun.
You know something, Kim? I'm gonna miss you so much while you're away.
Oh, sweetheart.
Let me sit down. Oh, Ida is a gem. You should see the kitchen. She's got it just sparkling clean. And wasn't our breakfast just heavenly divine?
I'm glad you're pleased.
Oh, I am. I couldn't be happier. I really couldn't. Oh, darling, just think. Time is going by so fast. Oh, I am just so... Oh, I'm so happy because I know that now we don't have Hester around here, and Kim and Tom are going to be here, and Hester's not going to be sneaking around being gloomy and scaring everybody to death.
You'll never have to worry about Hester again.
I'm tickled about that. Just think. And just, oh, well, day after tomorrow, we are going to be married.
I don't think about anything else. After that, our lives will be perfect.
I know. There's just one little thing that has me sort of curious. You haven't told me where we're going to go on our honeymoon now, darling. I'm very curious.
Not till we get to the airport. Once we get to the boarding area, you'll see it on the destination board. Until then, Mom is the word.
That is not fair, and it's not practical. I do not know what to pack. Please tell me. Are we going to go where it's warm or where it's cold?
Okay, warm.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, tropical.
That sounds wonderful. Oh, that's going to be absolutely beautiful.
I'm glad you're happy.
Yes, I am. You know what Ida just told me? She said that she knows some children out by going up to the quarry and had their ice skates. My goodness, I didn't realize the lake must be frozen over now.
Excuse me.
What?
I'm going to have to go chase them off.
Why? Oh, Bennett, you don't care if the children
The quarry
go ice
is
skating.
bottomless. And I'm not sure that the ice is frozen yet. If anything happens to those kids, I'm responsible because the quarry's on my property. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah, all right. Hello?
May I speak to Mr. Hadley, please? Mr. Bennett Hadley, that is.
I'm sorry, he just ran out the door. Who's calling, please?
Len Edwards at the Village Travel Agency. Can you tell me when he'll be back, please?
No, I'm sorry. I really have no earthly idea, but this is Mrs. Bennett Hadley. Or at least I will be in a couple of days. May I take a message?
Well, you can tell him that his plane tickets to Jamaica are ready to be picked up. The planes are pretty well filled this time of year, but I was lucky to get confirmation.
Well, I just can't tell you how pleased I am to hear that. Oh, by the way, could you tell me, we are confirmed on our return flights, aren't we?
Return flight?
Oh, sure. Well, of course, I know we are, but I just wondered if Bennett told you what day he wanted us to come back.
No, Mr. Hadley was very specific. He only booked 2 one-way tickets.
Oh, Grant, I'm sorry. No, well, I was probably on the phone with Ellen when Tom tried to call. Yeah, we were getting some last-minute things about the children settled. I had no idea he was trying to get through. You know, well, I could have saved him a trip over here, because Barbara's here with me, and she's going to take me to the airport. Uh-huh. No, I promise you, I won't forget. I just hope there isn't any kind of an emergency for me to call you. Listen, I did talk to Lisa last night, and she sounded happier than ever. She said that the atmosphere at the Willows was considerably better since Bennett had gotten rid of Hester. Yeah. All right. Well, yes, I'll tell her. Okay, fine. When I come back, I'll call you and tell you how the whole thing went. All right, dear. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye. Sorry. It takes so long, but he's really still so concerned about Lisa.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, let's see.
Kim, what are you going to do with Christmas decorations?
Well, as a matter of fact, I was thinking about that the other day. I think what I'm going to do is get a beautiful big tree and move some of this stuff out of here and put it up here in the corner. Don't you think that'd be pretty? Mm-hmm. A nice old-fashioned Christmas tree, just like Dan and I used to have.
Well, it doesn't exactly have to be like that. I have lots of ideas for other ones. Maybe a big white one with red bows, or...
Well, I don't know. That would be kind of nice, but I think I like the old-fashioned kind. Here's something. The memories that I have aren't painful. They're really just so wonderful. Oh, excuse me. Hi, Tom. Hi. Oh, Sheila.
I've been trying to call you all morning. We finally decided just to come on over.
Yeah, I know. Grant called and said that I'm sorry. I could have saved you a trip over here because Barbara's taking me to the airport.
Oh, well, hi, Barbara.
Hi, Tom. Hi, Sheila.
Hi. We were just leaving. I appreciate you thinking of me.
Oh, well, now, wait a minute. Maybe it could work out after all. Sheila is planning to use my car while I'm gone, so if I ride out with you, she could get an early start on her trip.
Oh, you going away too?
Just for a couple of days. I've got some personal business to take care of.
Oh, I see. Melinda tells me you have a new job at Copperfields.
Yes, it's starting in just a couple of days, and I'm very excited about it.
Copperfields is a very nice place.
Yes. Tom, I can take you to the airport. I mean, I'm not leaving until after I go by to meet Ian McFarland.
Oh, you're meeting Ian.
Yeah, I should have realized that you weren't going to miss that.
Well, I kind of badgered Dana into promising to introduce me, and she said I could stop by the penthouse this morning for a few minutes.
Are you an Ian McFarland fan?
Yes, I am. I've never met anyone nearly as famous as he, and to tell you the truth, I'm a little nervous.
Well, he's a very interesting man. I really enjoyed talking to him at Thanksgiving at David and Ellen's.
Well, I just hope I can think of something to say.
Oh, I'm sure you'll have no problem there. Ian has a wonderful way of making you feel very at ease and makes you feel like you're the only person in the room.
Have you met him?
Oh, I know Ian quite well. As a matter of fact, we're working on a project together right now.
Oh.
Well, I think we better get going or we're going to miss the plane.
Yes, you're right. I'll meet you at the airport, okay?
Goodbye.
Have a nice trip.
Bye.
See you later, bye. Boy, was that awkward. Sorry about that.
Was for a minute, but it's obvious I'm going to be bumping into them all the time, so I may as well get used to it.
Oh, wow. It is cold.
Yes, I know. I know. And where were you so long?
Oh, after I chased the kids off, I went back to the barn to get the no trespassing signs and posted them on the land around the quarry.
Oh, I see.
Wow.
Well, I don't understand how in the world those kids can get down there. It's so, with all that steep cliffs and everything. How'd they get down to the lake anyway, especially with the ice?
Well, there's an old footpath on the west side. It's left over from when the quarry was active.
Oh.
It's awfully dangerous, though.
I bet it is. Oh, by the way, while you were out, your travel agent called. I'm afraid your little secret is out.
Well, I tried.
Oh, darling. Oh, your hands are cold. I am so glad that we're going to Jamaica. I think that's just going to be so lovely and so beautiful. There's one little thing I don't understand, however, and that is, why did you book 2 one-way tickets and no return?
I guess I should have known I couldn't keep a secret from you. I thought we'd go to Jamaica for a day or two and then do some island hopping. And, you know, some of those islands are still primitive and even more beautiful.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
So I couldn't book the return because I didn't know where we'd be returning from.
Well, I should have known that you would have an absolutely good explanation, and I know our honeymoon is going to be so beautiful.
Lisa.
Yeah.
While we're on the subject, there's something I want to tell you, and I want to be sure that it comes from me first.
Sure, what is it?
I took Ruth to Jamaica on our honeymoon.
Ruth? Bennett,
Now, Lisa, if you don't want to go, we can cancel the reservations, but I planned it that way because I want to prove to myself that those old memories are behind me now, and that everything in life is new to me now with you. Can you possibly understand that?
Of course I can. And I love you so much for it. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to prove to you how right you are.
He'll be out in a minute.
How is he?
He's doing very well.
Oh, good.
But I want you to continue to be very strict with him. I don't want him to try to push too hard.
I will. Barry and the choreographer are going back today, so Ian will have more time to relax. Well, what do you think about the fantastic offer Dana had? Well, Antonio asking her to assist him as well as dance a role in the ballet. It's a wonderful tribute to her ability.
Yes, it certainly is.
Lisa? What's the matter?
If ever I see Hester again, I'm going to kill her. I'm absolutely going to kill her.
Why, what happened?
Look at this. This is part of that gift that Bob gave us.
It's broken.
Yes, you better believe it's broken. You should see the other glass. It's smashed to pieces, and so is the decanter.
You think Hester's responsible?
Who else would have done it? She's angry with you because you dismissed her, and so she destroyed this. She didn't even touch any of the other gifts, but just this. Bennett, the woman is the meanest, the ugliest thing I have ever seen.
Let me have that. You're going to cut yourself.
I don't understand it. Why did she pick on this particular gift when everything else she left untouched?
It's hard to explain the behavior of somebody as deranged as Hester.
You know what she ought to be? She ought to be locked up. And speaking about locks, I would like to have every lock on every door in this inn changed. I really mean it. I don't want her coming in here and doing things like this.
Okay, I'll take care of it. But please, if you can, I think you ought to calm down now and get your coat. We've got to go to the airport and pick up Tom and Kim.
Okay, you're right. I know. I must get in a good mood. I know. Our wedding guests are beginning to arrive. I shouldn't be like this. I just can't understand why she'd do a thing like that. I just can't
We can
understand.
look for a decanter set on our honeymoon.
No, you don't understand. It's not the same. This was a gift from Bob. It was a kind and sweet and
Lisa,
lovely
we're going to
gift.
be late.
You're right. I'll get my coat.
Well, I hope you two consider this to have been a successful trip.
The score was sensational. It may be the best thing you've done yet.
Just make sure that any changes you make, you send to me as quickly as possible. I'll be working out the final choreography from these tapes.
All right, I'll have Dee send them off as soon as they're done. Yeah. Dee, you've got Antonio's address, right?
Yes, I got it from him earlier.
See, I told you how efficient she is. All right, does that cover everything?
Well, for now, I'll call you from New York to set up the travel arrangements for your trip in for rehearsals.
All right.
And while I'm there, I'll check your apartment. I'm not sure how well it's been kept up while you've been away.
Listen, why don't you forget about the apartment and just book me a hotel room instead?
A hotel room?
Be a lot simpler. Maid service, room service. You won't have to worry about anything.
Okay, I'll get right on it.
Thank you.
I'll also see if I can get a suite with a piano.
That seems strange. Just a few weeks, I'll be back in New York.
I envy all of you. To be there and see everything you've been working on come to life.
it's not all glamour either, as I think Dana can tell you.
No, seeing something come to life in the theater is not as easy as you might imagine. There will be weeks of back-breaking work, changes, and disappointments.
And you're all looking forward to every minute of it.
Bright girl.
I'll get it. Hi, Bob. They're just finishing.
Gentlemen.
Bob, you're just in time to meet Antonio. Antonio Leonardi, this is Dr. Bob Hughes.
How are you?
Nice to meet you. I've heard a great deal about you.
Well, Dana's told me a lot about you, too. You're a very lucky man.
You don't have to tell me that.
Antonio, I would like to tell you how much I've enjoyed working with you these past few days. And I wish you all the best of luck.
Well, I just wish that our work together didn't have to stop here. You should be part of the finished product.
Well, I will be in my heart, and Bob and I will be at the opening in London.
Well, can't you make it to New York for just one rehearsal?
No. January's going to be a very busy month for me. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, all. Nice meeting
Night,
you.
Bob. Never seen Dana in quite such a rush.
Ian, I think I may have spoken out of turn earlier.
What do you mean?
Well, when I was in the hospital waiting for you, I told Bob about Antonio offering Dana a job. I have a feeling it's the first he heard about it, and now watching Dana, I have this distinct feeling that I'm...
Wait a minute. You told Bob everything? That Antonio wants Dana to dance and be an assistant choreographer?
Yes, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. I just assumed that Dana told Bob last night.
Oh.
What's this for?
It's for being the most efficient girl Friday a man could ever have. Dee, you think of everything.
Oh, I can't tell you how good it is to see the two of you again.
Well, honey, it's good to be here.
And to see you looking so radiant.
How are your rooms at the Old Colonial?
Oh, mine's lovely. I'm going to be very comfortable.
Yep, mine's fine too. You know, this inn looks a lot brighter than the last time I was here. Have you been redecorating?
No, I would say that probably it looks brighter because we got rid of Hester, so to speak.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I heard that you dismissed her.
Yes.
What finally prompted that? I mean, she'd been here such a long time.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, Tom, I'd really like to forget all about it.
Oh, no, Bennett. I think that Tom and Kim ought to know really what a terrible person she is. You know what she did? She sent me a shroud.
A shroud? Oh, Lisa, you don't...
Yes, I do. I mean, one of those things that they bury people in. I thought it was a wedding present. I opened it. I can't tell you how absolutely devastated I was.
And Hester actually admitted sending it.
Oh, darling, she wouldn't admit to a thing like that. But Bennett knew that she had done it. It was because he dismissed her.
Well, that's just awful.
I know. Well, that's not the only thing either. Bob sent us a beautiful wedding gift. It was a crystal thing. It's a decanter and glasses. She smashed it to smithereens.
Obviously, she's more unbalanced than we thought.
Well, I just hope that you keep the doors locked around here at night.
Yeah, what good's that going to do? That woman has a key to every room in the inn. Which reminds me, darling, I did ask you, I do want all of the locks changed, please.
I just don't think it's necessary. You know, I'm not afraid of Hester. What are you doing here?
I have to speak to you, Bennett. Privately.
I have nothing to say to you.
Well, then I think you should listen. It's about a phone call you made last night.
You know, I think I spoke too soon when I said that this place seems brighter. As soon as I turned around, saw Hester, the same old chill came right back.
Oh, golly, I know I have to agree with you. That woman spreads gloom the minute she comes in.
I think the nerve of her marching in here and demanding to talk to Bennett in private.
Do you have any idea what that phone call is about?
I don't know. I have no earthly idea whatsoever. But I don't think that Bennett should have humored her the way he did and took her off to the bedroom to talk to her about it.
Mom, you know, your idea about getting new locks, I think it's a good one. You ought to do it right away.
Well, I'm going to take care of that just as soon as I possibly can. Well, I'm going to have it done when we go away on our honeymoon. Oh, I must tell you something. I have uncovered one of Bennett's secrets.
What is that? Well,
he did not want me to know where we were going to go on our honeymoon. And I begged him I wanted to know so much, and no, he kept it quite a secret. But today, his travel agent called while he was out, and...
None of your business why I called, Dr. Karanovsky.
Yes, it is my business. I know what's on your mind.
How'd you know about that call anyway?
He called me this morning and told me. And it didn't do you any good to check with him. He doesn't know where Martin is. Nobody does except me and Dr. Bickford. And he'll never tell. Bennett, forget about Martin. Hasn't he suffered enough?
He can't suffer enough for taking my wife away from me.
Why don't you place the blame where it belongs? On Ruth.
I do place it on Ruth. And every woman like her. Women who make a man fall in love with him and then torture him with that love. They should be eliminated from the face of the earth. And the men they ruin are left behind with to face the rest of their life ruled by nagging suspicions and doubts and...
Bennett, I hate hearing you talk like this. You should get help before it's...
I don't need help. I've got my whole life planned now. And with you gone, there's nobody to interfere with those plans.
Oh, Bennett, please.
Lisa and I have a destiny. And we're going to share that destiny soon. And nothing you can say or do can prevent it.
All right. I know I can't prevent it now. I couldn't before either. But will you please leave Martin out of your plans?
Well, that's of course just the preliminary sketch. I just wanted to see how you felt about it.
I think it's wonderful. The attitude is perfect. The eyes are... I just wonder...
What? Tell me.
I just wonder if it couldn't be just a little more obscure, as if you were seeing it through a haze. Is that possible, do you think?
Sure, of course. I just wanted to make sure that the idea was right.
Mm-hmm.
I fashioned it after Dana's likeness. Of course, I tried to make it as subtle as possible.
No, it's wonderful work, really. Dee, what do you think? Eh?
Oh, it's beautiful, but I would know it's Dana. Maybe that's because I know her so well. Ian, it's past...
Oh, I know what she's going to say. It's past my bedtime. For once, I agree with you, though. It's been an exciting but a very tiring day. I'm ready for bed. But you two, please, you don't have to rush off. Relax, enjoy yourselves, all right?
Oh, I really have to get going. I can't stay. I've got to get back home.
Oh, would you mind if I come with you? I told Annie I'd drop by and spend some time with her tonight.
Sure, I've got the car outside.
Thanks.
Dee, again, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me today. Good night, Barbara.
Good night, Ian.
How's Annie? I haven't talked to her all day.
Oh, she's fine. She's fine. Of course, she's very concerned about Marcia's condition.
Is there any change in the condition at all?
No. Jeff stopped by on the way home from the hospital. He said there really wasn't much change.
Well, do they know whether the operation was successful yet?
Well, they're optimistic, but Marcia's still very weak.
It's all so sad. Not only for Marcia and Doug and their little boy, but for Annie, too.
Yeah, I know. Listen, what did you do to get that very warm thank you from Ian just now?
Oh. I'm afraid I put my foot in my mouth before.
What do you mean?
Well, I told Bob something Dana apparently didn't want him to know. And for some reason, Ian's thrilled. Listen, we better go. I'll get the lights.
Bob, we have been talking about this for hours now.
I know. And I'm still not satisfied with some of your answers.
If I had wanted to accept Antonio's offer, I would have. Why can't you accept that?
Because we keep coming back to the same place. Why didn't you want me to know about it? Why would you want to keep it a secret? It's a wonderful, wonderful compliment.
Oh, all of this talk is exhausting me. We're spending all this time talking about something that isn't even important.
And believe me, I wouldn't be going around about this if it wasn't very, very important to both of us. Shall I tell you what I think?
Please do.
Okay. I think the reason you didn't want me to know about it is that a part of you would like to reject the offer and forget that it was ever made.
That's right.
But another part of you, a very important part of you too, would like to accept it. Because it's something that happens once in a lifetime. I'm right about that. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, isn't it?
Yes.
And you've worked very hard for it. All the years of study and training, the years with the Joffrey, traveling, watching, listening, learning, and dancing. Dana, it's nothing to be ashamed about. Of course a part of you wants that chance.
Oh, Bob.
And I'm very proud of you. And I think for both our sakes, you should take it.
No,
Why not?
because I don't want to lose what I have now with you.
Don't you see that if we go on the way we are now and get married, that someday, in the future, you might very well regret passing up on this offer?
That will never happen.
You don't know that. And the only way either one of us will ever know it is if you take the chance. Take the 2 months. And find out once and for all if you really can spend the rest of your life without footlights and applause and all of the other parts of that world that's always been such a big part of your life.
But I can. I know that already.
But I don't. So I'm asking you to prove it. To both of us.
The old Colonial is just a mile or so down the road, so I'll be back in a few minutes, Lisa.
All right, darling. Okay, honey. Oh, good
Good night, sweetheart. You have a nice night's sleep, and thank you for a lovely evening.
Oh, thank you. And I will have a good night's sleep. Good night,
Good
sweetheart.
night, Mom. And tell your new cook, what's her name?
Ida. Yes.
Terrific dinner.
I will. I'll tell her.
Ooh.
Oh, yes. Oh, honestly, the only one thing is I just wish your father could have been here tonight. Then it would have been perfect.
Yeah. Now, you double bolt this door when we
Oh,
leave.
Tom, don't be silly. Of course I will.
I'll show you how that works. It's one of the originals, so it's a little difficult. It's
Oh.
very easy. Just slide that over.
Oh, I see.
And don't unlock it.
All right, sweetheart. See you in a little bit. And if you want to get in, be sure to announce yourself loud and clear when I say, "Who is it?" Or
I'll
you
do.
won't get in.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Night, Lisa.
Good
See you
night.
tomorrow.
All right. Whoops, wait. Come on now, Bennett. Testing me out. What'd you forget anyway? Just a minute! Come on, Lisa. Get your shoes on. Look presentable. What in the world? Now, wait a minute. Who is it? Hi, I know it's you. Come on. Bennett, don't play games. Come on. It is you. Bennett? Who is that? Now, come on now, answer me or I'll call the police. Who's there?
Join us again tomorrow for As the World Turns.